The League of Social Experiment, or how Toga Himiko managed to form a cult of Class 1A students through Tumblr shitposting. Todoroki didn't use social media much. She wasn't like Denki, who could probably make a fairly accurate movie of how his everyday life simply by compiling all of his TikToks into some 4-hour-long monstrosity. But she still had downloaded Tumblr. At some time, she hoped maybe she'd be able to use it to understand what Mina was saying, but that had turned out to be a hopeless case. Besides, the more she understood what Mina said, the more she wished she hadn't learned Japanese. But she still kept Tumblr, just to check it every once in a while. That's how she saw the first post. Bloody girl guts. My roommate is trying to write his resume. It's going great. Actual conversation I just heard. Mom, alright, any special skills you want a potential employer to know about? Roommate, does Zelda lore knowledge count? Todoroki snorted and liked the post, following the blog, and decided she would show it to Midori with teasing aside about his notebook thrown in later. That should have probably been the end of it. It wasn't. The second post came about a week later. Bully girl gutsy. Living with roommates, expectation. Dividing up chores, cooking together, decorating the house to match each of our personalities, movie nights. Reality. I'd rather be stabbed than have to do the dishes. Take out 5 nights a week because no one trusts each other with the stove. If you move the couch again, I will literally break your ribs. Movie nights. Todoroki choked, thrusting her phone to Suyu, who's sitting beside her. This is literally what the UA dorms are like. Oh my god. Suyu looked at them and then mused for a bit. Yeah, that checks out, Carol. Do you think you would go out there? Do you think they would go out there? Todoroki shrugged. Maybe. I can send them and ask. Go ahead, Suyu said, watching over her friend's shoulder as Todoroki typed out a short message. Do you go to boarding school? It wasn't innocuous enough to not reveal her identity, but to give them a clue as to whether this was one of her classmates. When it was answered 2 hours later, Todoroki nearly dropped her phone in shock, calling over at Suyu in excitement. Suyu, we got our pie. What's going on? No, sorry. What's going on? So raising an eyebrow and pausing her music. Atrako found the funny Tumblr blog, Carol Suyu explained, tongue darting between her lips. Drew leaned over, reading along with them. Bloody girl guts X. Nope. Just a little place together. Smiley face. My friends kicked me out, so mom took me in. That's pretty much the case for the rest, too. Oh my god, that's adorable, Ochaka said, swooning. I have no idea who mom is, but can she please... I have no idea who mom is, but can she please adopt me? Mina begged, having come over to see what the fuss was about. There's another post beneath it, guys, Jiro said, pointing. The girls turned to look. Bloody girl guts. Meet the squad. Every friend group got the mom friend. Mom. They, it. Sin. None. It has done nothing wrong. Toxic trait. Enabler. Lamau. Gamer. Dusty. He, they. Sin. Pride. Toxic trait. Having literally every toxic trait. Promaniac. Ash. He, him. Sin. Wrath. Toxic trait. Daddy issues. Theater kid. Humble. I don't know how to say that. He, they. Sin. Greed. Toxic trait. Alcoholic. Mentally ill. Jiggler. He/him. Sin. Envy. Toxic trait. Flat earther. Can't drive. Gecko because he needs car insurance ASAP. He/him. Sin. Sloth. Toxic trait. Convinced he has no toxic traits. The hot one. Me. She, her. Sin. Gluttony. Toxic trait. None. XOXO. Oh my god, we have names now, Jiro said, gasping. Otaka laughed. Jiggle is my new spirit animal, guys. Are we sure? Are we sure? Are we sure Ash isn't just Todoroki in a trench coat? Sorry. Are we sure Ash isn't just Todoroki in a trench coat? Trench coat? Trench coat? Trench coat? Trench coat? And Mina asks, Sue, you can't just. So you don't think Todoroki is a preyomaniac with daddy issues? Is that what you're saying? Jiro asked flatly, and Mina stuttered out somewhere. What's the block's name again? Suyu asked, pulling out her phone. I want to follow them. Ochako held out her phone, and a few minutes later, everyone had notifications on posts for Bloody Girl Guts X. Why are we doing this again? Jiro asked, shaking her head. 'Cause we're invested, Jiro, Mina responded, and just because I need their mom to adopt me. And that was answer enough. Bloody Girl Guts X. Roommate's response to me asking if they respect women. Mom, yes. Dusty, no. No. Ash, I don't respect anyone. Haruoni, of course. Jekyll, yes, but I fucking hate women. Gecko, yeah, but women don't respect me. Yeah, but women don't respect me. The girls were all giggling over the latest post a week later when the boys finally took notice. What are they doing? Denki asked, confused. No clue. Don't care. Bakugo growled, not sparing them much of a second glance. They look like they're plotting something. And Genki shuddered, oh god. After a bit more debate, they went to Shinto, who was sitting by the wall. What? The purple-haired brain nurser said, looking up tiredly. We need you to see what the girls are doing. Sarah, go see what the girls are doing. Sarah burst, peering at him. Shinto sighed, rubbing their eyes. Why can't one of you do it? We're guys. Denki pointed out. We need a neutral third party. He gestured haphazardly toward the non-Murray flag pinned to Shinto's backpack. Shinto put their hands in the head. Fine. The boys cheered, pulling Shinto off the floor and pushing them towards a gaggle of girls talking. Shinto pattered over miserably, waiting for the others to notice him. Ack! Mina yelped. When she turned to find herself face to face with purple eyes and a shock of hair that could rival a teenage Mike's. Hitoshi! What are you guys laughing at? I can hear you all the way from across the room. Shinto grumbled, hands shoved into their pockets. Oh god. Oh my god. Shinto's eyes lit up. Come over here. We need to introduce to the Guts gang. Guts gang. Guts? Shinto raised an Guts? Shinto raised an eyebrow. Bloody Girl Guts X. Bloody Girl Guts X. It's a Tumblr blog run by a girl who lives with a bunch of people in a chaotic family family situation, and she feels all about the drama that goes down. It's amazing. Shinto reads the post they're looking at. Bloody Girl Guts. Ashton and Dusty are in another scream match, and I just heard Dusty call him a Cabbage Patch bitch. The homosexual tension is so thick I could cut it with a knife. Shinto snorted. Bako and Kirishima much? Mina choked. Oh my god, hang on, I'm texting that to Denki. She pulled out her phone and started typing. Jiro rolled her eyes. What's the name of the blog again? And Shinto asked and proceeded to pull out their phone to follow it. After that, the girls decided the purple-haired insomniac was officially part of the Guts gang fan club, and therefore was also allowed into the group chat. Shinto, who didn't pay attention to any of the group chats they were already in, shrugged and unenthusiastically accepted the Discord invite while the girls squealed. Nikki now stood amongst the ranks, having witnessed Shinto's lack of fatal injuries or horrified screams, and decided that he was probably safe. He still wasn't sure what was going on, but that was about par for the course. That's how the Guts Club, as they named the group chat, gained 2 more members and became a certified thing. Bloody Girl Guts X just walked into Ash holding a flaming piece of broccoli on a cloth hanger over the sink, and when Ash told me with a straight face that it was BBQ night. Flotation. Oh my god, did anyone eat it? Bloody Girl Guts. Houndini tried to bite after Jinkil, and I dared him to. He hasn't woken up. Oh my god. Lamau. Out of the people they thought would be next to join, the Guts Club would not put their money on Todoroki. But that's what happened. He walked over to where Ochako, Ida, and Midori were sitting and leaned over to his bubbly brown classmate's shoulder, seeming once again unaware of the concept like personal space. You're laughing. No, sorry. You're laughing. What's funny? Todoroki tried to nicely push him away, which was just violently elbowing him in the ribs. Todoroki let out a soft ow, but still looked to be waiting for an answer. Todoroki sighed. Me and the girls found a really funny Tumblr blog. It's run by a girl who lives with a bunch of weirdo roommates and goes on sorts of funny adventures with them. Todoroki's eyes widened and he tilted his head. Show me. She scrolled and then tilted the screen towards him, letting the most recent post show. Bloody Girl Guts X. Update! The exorcism went well, and we officially can now say that Ash is probably not possessed by a demon. But, smiley face, frowny face, but the Benadryl wore off before we could finish, and he woke up still tied to the stake. So now he's angry, crying face. Todoroki blinked slowly. Who is Ash? One of the roommates. He hates everyone and might be gay for Dusty. But recently Guts said they had a new guy coming over who might pose some competition. Ochako wiggled her eyebrows, smirking. Do you have Tumblr? Yes, Todoroki said, and everyone listening felt a shiver run through them. Todoroki had mostly meant it as a way of closing up the conversation, but now she had to face the reality of Shoto Todoroki's Tumblr page, a reality that had never really crossed her mind until now. The idea of their half and half friend on any social media platform with unfiltered access to the strange delusional masses was terrifying. She didn't say anything more, which made Todoroki look confused, but he quickly moved on. Midoriya got a thoughtful look. Hang on. Hold on. Hang on. Ash and Dusty? Hang on. Ash and Dusty? Ochako nodded. There's so much drama on there, she chirped, having taken his question to be an inquiry into the possible romance she's hinted at, and not the names themselves. Gus and Jinkil are besties, and Jinkil might be in love with her, but Gus had a crush on another girl, I think from school. That and... She stopped, realizing Midori was now muttering. Todoroki finally broke the silence. I think it's a government-run social experiment. The whole table turned to stare at him, speechless. Todoroki slurped at his soba. What? Said Todoroki carefully. The fuck? Todoroki took another second before answering. Are you really that stupid? It's obvious. These aren't real people. They're fake identities created to gauge human responses to certain topics and situations over social media versus real life. Midori blinked, mouth falling open. Why does that Why does that make sense? He asked slowly. Because I'm right. Todoroki slurped his noodles. Todoroki glared at everyone at the table because no one here was innocent and hissed, "You seriously are indulging him." "I'm not," Izuku yelped, going red. "I just think you have a good point. People act a lot differently to things said online versus in real life. There's a level of suspension of disbelief you have to apply to it, which makes it easier for people to joke around and talk about absurd or illegal things without provoking reactions that would..." And he was muttering again. "You cute when you mutter," Todoroki observed softly after a moment, and Midoriya flushed, letting a startled yelp before covering his face. He choked out. Thank you." Ochaku gasped, trying to figure out if they really got on the point of flirting with the enemy. The enemy being Todoroki Shoto? Todoroki slurped his noodles. Bloody Girl gets X. With colored sandals representing lust, the 7 crowns in them now have been collected, and the ritual will begin. Prepare. That was said in Bloody Girl's Guts voice, but sorry. The group was split into two, arguing over the table, with Uraraka. The group was split into two, arguing over the table with Uraraka on the table so she could be in range to fight anyone she needed to, and Ida there to keep her from trying. "Ash and Dusty are literal gulls," Mina said, narrowing her eyes and scowling, thinking not empathetically. "Yeah, they are. Idiot. They don't even get along." That's what makes it cool. That's what makes it cool. Hagakure whined, and Mina just in agreement. Exactly. But Colonel Sanders actually seems to like Ash. Sorry. But Colonel Sanders I'm sorry. But Colonel Sanders actually seems to like Ash, Carol. It seems that they have more in common. Yeah. Dinky nodded aggressively, face determined. Jiro gave him a look. "Both of you shut up, you damn nerds." Everyone froze as Bakugo Katsuki stormed up, arms crossed. "Both are stupid. The only goddamn person in that house who deserves some shitty romance is Mom." Mina's mouth dropped open, and Hagakure gasped. Ochaka turned around so fast she whipped Ida with her hair. "You follow him?" "Of course I do," Bakugo roared, glaring. "You loudmouth fucks won't shut up about it." There was a long pause, and then Jiro whipped out her phone, quickly swiping to something. "Bakugo, what's your Discord user? We need to put you into some things." Bloody Girl got to X. If Ash and Sanders don't kiss soon, I'm about to get super silly. Smiley crazy face emoji with knife emoji. The frog that turned gay. "Do you have a knife?" Bloody Girl got yes. Smiley face. All flotation. You know what? Slay. Bloody Girl got I will. She plays fast. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Jiro stared at her phone while the rest of the squad's head was stamped up. What? Already jumping up the pier over to the girl's shoulder. What is it? Sanders just called Ash hot stuff. I think Guts ship just left out the harbor, Jiro said. Ochako screamed, leaping back and covering her mouth in glee. Yes, I knew it! She pumped a fist in the air. Triumph. Mike cried out in despair. But what about Ashley and Jessie? My OTP! I thought they were gonna get out together. Shinzo wrinkled their nose. How do How do you do this without feeling stupid? You don't even know these people. You don't know their names, what they look like, any of that. You're literally just taking the word of some random girl on Tumblr. Me and Choco both glared. I've talked to Guts. I trust her with my life, Ochako swore, crossing her arms defensively. And I don't need to know them to understand the truth, Toshi, Mina exclaimed. I can feel it through the screen, the tension, the power. It's real. Shinzo rolled their eyes, sighing. Whatever. Don't listen to them, Todoroki said, having somehow appeared behind them during the conversation. They're all just part of the experiment. They're nothing but variables. Midoriya and I are the only ones who still have our own will. Jiro squinted, processed this, groaned, and turned to leave. Nope, not dealing with this. Denki's mouth dropped open, being much more susceptible to the power of words like experiment and will. What's a variable? He asked in a hushed voice. A beat of silence rang out. Then Shinto and Jiro made the collective decision to remove their bimbo from the room before he accidentally got brainwashed into whatever fucked up reality Todoroki was living in, and was apparently dragging along Midoriya into it too. I'm right, by the way, Mina called out after them. Colonel Sanders is a Ashen Dust forever! Jiro and Shinzo ignored her, probably for the best. Hang on, Midoriya interrupted before they could leave. Colonel Sanders? Like the KFC mascot? His face took on a vaguely ill sheen, and he began muttering. Don't worry about it, Midoriya. Todoroki said in a tone that sounded... Don't worry about it, Midoriya. Todoroki said in a tone that sounded soothing to Izuku and vaguely amused to everyone else. They just don't get it. Bloody Girl's Guts, X. Got 'em! Image. A blurry, poorly lit photo of a set of two people, a blonde man wearing a red blanket over his shoulders, and a man with dark hair sitting on the couch together. In the first place, the two are on opposite ends, looking at each other hesitantly. In a second, the blonde leans over, one hand cupping the other's face as they lean in for a kiss. They were brushing their teeth in the shared dorm room bathroom when Ochako and Sun dropped their phone and screamed. Jiro spun around, spitting out her and pitting her with a look. What? What the hell is wrong? Ochako just shook her head, picking up the phone and sliding across the counter with a shaking hand. Jiro looked, processed, then shrieked. 2 seconds later, both girls burst outside, waving the phone in the air. Momo! Sue! Too! Momo! Sue! Denki! It happened! Ash! And... Within a few minutes, the common air was filled with shrieks, whistles, whines, and a shot of mixed motions as they revealed the news. Jiro had whipped out her drawing tablet. And already in a blurry version of the couple, the block first fan is seen while Sue watched. Those who hadn't been in it from the start hovered on the edges, vaguely confused. Midori and Shoto sat together on the side. Midori's lip parted as he did a rather good impression of a piece of broccoli going to septic shock. Shoto shook his head slowly. It's over for us, Izu. The government won. Those fuckers are all doomed. He sighed, looking at the ground. Will you run away to live in the woods with me when society collapses? Will you run away to live in the woods with me when society collapses? We can move with the Fae and sacrifice your name to get married in Sidley Court. Midori just stared, comatose, as his brain tried to finally cook everything into place. Bloody Girl Guts X. People always think I'm a serial killer because I know how to get bloodstains out so well. Lamau. Like, no, I just have periods. Sorry, guys. Also, they also think of this because of all the killing, but that's off topic. Toga shut off her shut off her phone, spinning around in her chair a few times. Before leaning back and looking at the ceiling, a crash sounded, and Comper screamed from the next room, followed by a shout from Spinner that seemed aimed at Shigaraki. Shigaraki said something back that apparently was not an apology for anyone close to one, judging by the amount of curse words Toga can make out. And another picking row broke out within an instant. She smiled. Other notification popped up, showing all flotation had liked the post. It was cute. The way people had seemed to take a sort of small interest in her life. She wished she could meet them in real life and make them bleed so they knew how much she loved them. Toga hoped they might stick around. She knew she wasn't super interesting or important, and in the long run, her blog wasn't mostly for her, but she liked to imagine that maybe they would come think of her as a friend. Even if it was just a social experiment. Really.